Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing a review of the Eachine H8 Mini 3D, as you can see here. Now this might look the same. Well, first of all, let me talk about this. If you might notice, there's a prop guard missing back here. As you can see, the motor cover is different, and the motor size is different. Just let me explain that. My first flight, I had it, and I crashed, and I don't know if it was because of the crash or the motor went out before that, but I actually burnt a motor out. And now these are 7mm diameter motors. However, they are a different length. They're short ones, so the standard like Hubs X4 motor or whatever won't fit in there. But however, I did manage. This is a JJRC JJ1000, the standard 7x20mm motor. That's on most micros, and so you can see how much bigger it is. But and I had to cut the arm off because the holders, the way that this is designed, it won't fit the larger motors there, so I had to just basically cut it off, and then I just used a little glue to hold it in there. And then the prop shaft was actually a little bit different size, so I drilled the prop out and then stuck it on with hot glue. When I stuck it on and out, it actually flies perfectly fine. There's no difference in flight performance that I notice, and if there's any extra power coming off of this arm, the board compensates for it because it flies perfectly. So let's get on with that. The prop guards, well, first let me compare it. This is the top plate of the JJRC H8 Mini, or the Eachine H8 Mini, the first one. So as you can see, it's actually, because I took it apart for my Dreamcatcher build, it won't line up, but it is actually a little bit smaller. As you can see, the prop guard difference, it's a bit smaller. So this is bigger, so some of the parts will not work with that. And the prop guard design is also, as you can see here, it was just one stem out with tiny little things that were pretty much pointless. But now it has two stems out with a cross in the middle. So as you can see, it's a lot more beefy and sturdy. However, these, as you can see here, I broke this one. So even though they are more beefy, they can still be broken quite easily. And they don't give a ton of protection even when they're not broken. They do protect against the ceiling a little bit though, but they're not great prop guards, but you know, they're built in, so unless you want to cut them off. It comes with a USB charging cable here, you can see, ending in the micro low-Z connector. It has a bag of spare props. I only have 3 there because I lost one. And same as the original 4 little black landing foam feet, I just did not put them on. They just stick on the bottoms of the motor mounts. And here you have your transmitter, and now this is the same transmitter, well, the same look transmitter of the JJRC H20. A bunch of different quads are using this transmitter now. However, it's on a different protocol. I haven't been able to find out what protocol it's on yet, but the sticks feel pretty nice. It's got 2 shoulder buttons up top and trim buttons here, and both sticks also do click. And here's the box here, so as you can see, pretty nice compact box. Eachine and JJRC always do that. Then you have a manual here, but you know, not too great. Nothing really you need to find in there, because I'll explain everything. And also the included battery is a 3.7 volt 220 milliamp hour battery, as you can see there. So a little bit bigger than the original, and I found that it has a piece of black foam on the back. I'm not sure if that's for protection or for when you put it down in the bay and it's upside down, you can't see it as much because it like blends in with the black. I'm not sure. But if you try and use bigger batteries in here, it'll fly fine, but as soon as you flip over, it'll just like die. Like, the battery's not dead, it'll just fall out of the sky. And that's the same thing that happened with my UDI U27. It's weird. There's no difference in the batteries, but I don't understand why it does that. So you're kind of stuck to the stock battery. And the charge time off this USB charger will take about 40 minutes, and you get about 5 minutes of flight time, depending on how you flip it over and such. And now I've found that if you're flying just regularly, it'll be really, really nice and smooth and really quiet and have quite a bit of power to it. But if you flip over, it'll still fly perfectly fine. However, it's a little bit louder and there's a little less power, so the props must be not quite symmetrical, but it still flies really good in both places. And now on your right stick up here, you have flips, so you click that and then give input and it'll do a flip in that direction, but it only does half flips, so it'll flip over. And one interesting thing is, say say the front's up here. Say if you do a right flip, the front will still be up there like normal. But if you do a forward or back flip, and you flip, like say you're going away from you, and you flip backwards, so forward should be towards you, however, it'll switch the head to the other side, so now forward's still away from you. So now basically you're flying with the back of the quad as the front. So that can be, I don't know, kind of a little counterintuitive and confusing, but just remember that if you flip forward or backwards, forward's still going to be away from you. So that's kind of an interesting feature. And then on your left stick, you can click it in. You have 3 rates, low, medium, and high. So that's better than the 2 that came on the original one. And the rates on this are actually really nice. None of them are too slow and none of them are too fast. So it has really nice rates, good fast yaw rate, and really deep pitch. It's got, this thing can move really fast. And then you have, you click in your left stick, and then I'm pretty sure that's, let's see, that's probably headless mode, and then the right stick's return to home maybe. So you have flips, rates, and then headless and return to home on the sticks, but I haven't really used them too much. And then to recalibrate it, you put both sticks down to the left and both sticks down to the right. One of those does headless and one of those does the accelerometer calibration. But overall, I think this is about $22. I bought it from Banggood, and I really like the green props and green color there. But overall, it flies really nice, and I think it's definitely better than the original, even if you don't want to fly it inverted. I'm not sure what happened with my motor there, and they don't sell spares yet, but I was able to fix it with a larger motor. I just stuck it in there. You can see it's kind of weird, but it works fine. So yeah, I'll do an indoor flight, and I'll show you. I'll fly it around, and I'll take it outside and do some inverted and show you how it flies. So let's go check it out. Okay, here we are for the indoor flight of the Eachine H8 Mini 3D, as you can see here. And I'll just start off with the stock controller in low rate. And as you can see, even with that motor that I've replaced, it does indeed fly. The board copes with it pretty well, as you can see. And as you can hear, it's pretty quiet. It's making a little vibration now. One of my props is probably bent, but here is the low rates yaw. So as you can see, not too bad a yaw. And this does have 3 rates, unlike the original, which only had 2, which were both crazy. So that's low rates yaw. Here's low rates pitch. So you can see in low rates, pretty deep pitch. And here's, whoop, I hit return to home, not the rate. There we go. So here's mid rates. I accidentally returned to home, which I'd calibrate it for that way. But here's mid rates yaw, as you can see there. So decent yaw and mid rates. Nothing crazy like the original, which is good, because that was too fast. And here's mid rates pitch. As you can see there, pretty deep pitch. So that's nice. And then here is high rates yaw. So even in high rates, and the yaw is really fast, but it's still not as fast as the original, which is good, because this is like the perfect top speed. It shouldn't go any higher than that, which is good. It's still a little bit too fast, but better, and there's 3 rates, so there's definitely improvement. And then here's the pitch in high rates. Crazy. Pretty sure it's more than 45 degrees, because that thing tilts so much and gets moving so fast. Let's try a funnel here. As you can see, there is a high rates funnel, holding pretty well. Oop. I keep forgetting, I keep pressing into headless and return to home. Okay, so let's go inverted, and you just click the right stick. Whoop. Whoop, looks like it gave a little bit too much throttle. But now that I'm upside down, I'll show you that it can take off. It recognizes which direction you're in, so I'll just take off here. You can just take off normally. As you can hear, it's quite a bit louder inverted, and the trim's a little bit different. And it does need a little bit more power, so I think the props aren't perfectly symmetrical. As you can see, that's hovering really well right there. Let's just put it in mid rates here. Now I'm just surprised that it works with that motor I put in there, since it's not even the right size. Because it's the board that does the reversing on the motors. It just switches the polarity, which makes them spin backwards. But as you can see, it flies perfectly fine. And now, as you can see the battery wires there, that's the back right now. But if I flip it forward or backwards on the stick, Now you can see the battery wires are in the front, but that's not the front now. So it's set, like I said, if you flip forward and backwards, it'll switch the head for you. So that can either help you or mess you up. So you just have to pay attention to that. So I'd recommend just flipping side to side. So flip backwards, and now forward is regular. So then if I flip left and right, you can see it flips perfectly fine. And it just flies so nice, even if you don't want to use the inverted function, which I don't know why you wouldn't. That's a pretty cool feature. A lot better in headless mode, if you ask me. But it's just a big improvement over the original. Now it does cost more. I think it's about $20 instead of $14 or $15. So, but it just flies a lot better. I think it looks cooler. It's a little bit larger size. Better prop guards, inverted function, better rates, better transmitters, so pretty much everything's better about it. Oh, now I have low battery because this wasn't fully charged. I charged it just enough for the indoor review, so it's landed here. So there we go, that was my indoor flight of the Eachine H8 Mini 3D. So now let's take it outside and I'll show you what it can do. Let's go check it out. Okay, here we are for the outdoor flight of the Eachine H8 Mini 3D. And sorry if there's wind buffeting, it's getting pretty windy, it's gusting right now. Of course, as soon as I start the video, it starts to gust. But as you can see here, I have it, and now this motor, because I had to swap it out because one of the other ones burnt, I explained that in my review. So let's start off here with a hand toss. Whoop! It thought it was upside down. Let me try holding up. There we go. I'm in low rates, and now it does sense which way, so you can just hold it upside down. So here's low rates. And all the rates are same, inverted or regular. So as you can see here, there's low rates yaw. It's a pretty slow yaw. I'll put it... Oh, it did a full flip. Huh. Why is it doing... Huh. That is really weird. If you click the right... I just found that out. If you click the right stick in, and then you can do full flips instead of just half flips, and you click it in again, and it'll do only a half. That is really cool. I just found that out. Sorry that I didn't know that for the rest of my review. Huh. That's awesome. Never tried that before. So here's low rates. So that's full into the wind. It's pretty windy right now. There's with the wind. But let's go into mid rates. You can see here quite a lot of pitch in mid rates. You can see even in mid rates the pitch is pretty deep. And then here is mid rates yaw. And then here is high rates yaw, as you can see there, pretty fast yaw. You can see pretty fast yaw. I think a lot better than the original because it's not too fast. And then here is high rates pitch. So really high pitch and high rates. This thing is crazy. Great yaw and great pitch. So let's just fly it around here. Yaw maybe still a little touchy and high, but way better than the original. And now it's quieter and seems to have more power and is more stable when flying regular like this. And when you invert, it seems to be louder and get less lift. So I think the props are not completely symmetrical, but they do work well in both areas. As you can see, it looks pretty cool upside down. Getting really windy right now. Fighting it. And then here we go. The wind just stopped. So looks pretty cool. You can see there. Whoa! Oh man. You gotta be careful with the props facing down though. Ooh, getting low power. Switch back to regular. And you could cut the rest of the prop guards off if you wanted. The one's just off on mine because of that motor I had to swap out. Since it was a different size, it wouldn't fit. Now here, I'll try and do a high rates funnel. As you can see there, that's high rates funnel. So pretty cool. Nice deep pitch. And now I'm not sure. Yeah, that's return. Left stick is return to home. And then I forget how to put into headless, but honestly, I really don't care about headless. I'm done with that feature. It's just not worth it for anything, really. But yeah, and the green props. It would have been nice to see maybe white props up front or different colored props, but that doesn't really matter. And now if you flip inverted and, oh, I have it on full flips. If you flip inverted front or backwards, it'll also switch the headings. So now as you can see, the battery cables were in the back, but now they're the front of the quad. So it'll keep the heading, and now if I flip forward, oh, I can't, my battery's too low. I'm gonna have to land it like this. But it keeps the heading away from, like, the way you were going, so that's pretty nice. It's kind of like a half headless mode, but one that actually is somewhat useful. And so I gotta catch it like that since my battery was too dead for me to flip back over of LVC. But there we go. That was my review of the Eachine H8 Mini 3D. Pretty cool quadcopter. I think it's much improved over the original. Not even just in 3D flight, but in rates, transmitter, size. I like this size more. It's an actual micro size, not a micro mini, but really like this. I think it's definitely an improvement over the original. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.